Welcome back, Tiger Sports fans, for another episode of Tiger Sports Nation. I'm your host, Whitney Wells.
And I'm Henry Stribe, and we're going to get you caught up on all the Tiger sports that took place over fall break.
The football team remains undefeated after they won a hard-fought game that went into overtime at Wittenberg on Saturday, 41-35. They came back from a 14-point deficit in the fourth quarter and were led by none other than quarterback Nathan McCahill, who threw for 337 yards, 3 touchdowns, and completed 21 of 32 passes, and even went 9 for 9 in the fourth quarter. Caden Whitehead rushed for 130 yards on 32 carries, both career highs. Robbie Ballantyne had 109 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns, followed by Gabe Quigley with 78 receiving yards and 1 touchdown. The Tigers' defense was led by Luke Marsh, Jonathan Bruder, and Luke Nolan, who all had 7 tackles each, and Tommy Ryan had 1 interception. The football team will be back at home in Blackstock this Saturday to play Kenyon, with the kickoff scheduled for 12 p.m.
The women's soccer team suffered their first conference defeat 2-3 against Wittenberg on the road last week. They bounced back with a 1-0 win over Kenyon at home thanks to an 87th minute goal by Sophia Patry. The record is now 9-3-4, and they'll travel to take on Ohio Wesleyan this Wednesday.
The field hockey team lost to an undefeated Ohio Wesleyan by a score of 4-0. On Sunday, the team fell to Mary Washington 6-3, despite a 3-goal performance from Haley Nowak. They'll look to bounce back next weekend against Transylvania in their final regular season game.
The men's soccer team played twice over break, tying 2-2 at home against Denison. Joey Vahovsky and Matthew Fogo each scored to put the Tigers up 2-0, but they couldn't hold on to the lead. They traveled to Hiram, where they took down the Terriers 4-1. Fogo and Vahovsky each scored again, along with teammates Sam Thiel and Jacob Fowler. They're on the road today for a game against Ohio Wesleyan.
The volleyball team has a successful road trip over break, beating Wittenberg 3-1 and Oberlin 3-2. Senior Lauren Ridgway led the Tigers with 5 blocks against Wittenberg and 4 against Oberlin. Today they'll face off against Ohio Wesleyan at home in Neal Fieldhouse.
The men's and women's cross-country teams traveled to Rock Island for the Augustana Interregional Invite. The women, led by Sophie Porter, placed 8th out of 40 schools, and the men placed 30th out of 43. Both teams will head back to Granville, Ohio next weekend for the conference championship meet.
The women's golf team placed 4th of 9th at the Wittenberg Fall Classic. DePauw's Becky Williams won the Invitational, shooting 79 and 75 for her 2 rounds, picking up 7 birdies along the way. That wraps up their fall season.
And that's it for Tiger Sports this week. Now it's time for Hot Topic, where we talk about something from the Tiger sports world, the greater sports world, that we just can't stop thinking about. Whitney, what do you got?
Something I can't stop thinking about is this weekend is the Pro Pickleball Association big tournament in Hilton Head Island. So I'm pretty interested, and I kind of want to watch, because watching the pros play pickleball, I just think they're really good dinkers, and I really want to learn off of them.
Okay, so as someone who's not familiar with pickleball, what's a dink?
A dink is so basically in pickleball there's something called the kitchen, and you hit the ball into the kitchen, which is a really short shot,
right.
And it's kind of tricky to get to as the opponent.
Okay.
But I think I really want to watch it so I can learn from them.
Yeah.
But what can you not stop thinking about, Henry?
Well, this weekend I got the chance to go to the IU football game. They played Rutgers. Fortunately, they lost. They haven't won a Big Ten game. They're having a tough year.
Yeah.
Kind of used to it as an IU fan. A lot of people, they're calling for a coaching change.
Oh. Do you think that'll happen?
I don't know, because his contract. It's going to cost a lot of money to fire him early. And to be honest, in my opinion, I don't think a new coach is going to help them that much.
Yeah.
They've always struggled.
That's a tough homecoming weekend for IU.
Yeah. Well, that'll do it for this episode of Tiger Sports Nation. Once again, I'm Henry Stribe.
And I'm Whitney Wells. And as always,
Roll
Tigs.